What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Spreading love, loving yourself, and being the absolute greatest version of yourself at all times. Look, you can do all things in this lifetime. There is no limit to anything. There is no limit to your success, what you can learn, what you can do, the person that you could grow into, the one that you visualize every single day in your mind. There is no limit. Why can't that be you? Only because you allow excuse to tell you otherwise. You got to learn to control your mind when it comes down to these things. A lot of people will be pinpointed on the very basic yet little things that are so minor, things that they hold on to so much. But if you could let go of this one thing, you will propel forward in so many different ways. Look, how do you talk to yourself? How do you carry yourself? What energy do you keep within yourself? Look, this morning when I got up, I knew I had to go for a 5-mile run, but I wanted to beat my best time. So I started meditating, right? I started just taking some time to myself to focus on how I was thinking. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I'm giving you an example of how powerful the mind could be when you are truly in control of it and you are paying attention to the way that you are thinking, because ultimately, like I said before, you're going to go where your most dominating thoughts are. You feel what I'm saying? So look, I closed my eyes and I was like, who's the baddest motherfucker you know? And I was like, you, who can do anything they want? You, who's gonna stop you? Nobody. Can you do this? Yes. Things like that. Just hyping myself up, getting ready to go all into something, because you gotta be dedicated to this shit. You gotta want it, even if you come upon a day where you don't necessarily feel like it. You're still showing out and doing your thing. You're still being a complete display of greatness, and that is never going to stop as long as you keep trying. All you have to do is try. Like I said yesterday, and it was ringing in my head, it's so easy to win nowadays because so many people are so weak nowadays. And I'm not knocking people. People can live whatever life it is that they want. But the truth is the truth, right? Who do you want to be in this life? And stop comparing yourself to what everybody else is thinking. Stop reacting out of your emotions and set that shit to the side for a second, because most people don't realize that it's their emotions that is controlling them. It's their emotions that are doing the thinking. Emotion is just nothing but energy and motion. Your energy is going to come from how you are constantly thinking, and you may not even know that the way that you are thinking is limiting you and what you are doing and what you are going for, because maybe this is all you've ever known. Maybe this is all that people around you, the ones that you felt like were your leaders, the one that you felt like were your role models, have always taught you. But there is a whole nother side to this life shit. But you have to stay open-minded to that, because the moment that you stop learning, the moment you stop searching for knowledge and an understanding of who you truly are and what you are capable of, is where the ignorance starts to set in. You think you made it to such a point, so now you have to stop learning. Now you're not gonna go for something that has always been waiting for you to take that next step. It's the ignorance. Ignorance is not knowing. It's not knowing. Yet you think you're supposed to be somewhere that you were supposed to be a long time ago. And you ask yourself, why am I not there yet? You hold all the answers to all this shit. And only if you could sit with yourself, sit in the silence, completely relax into the silence for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, truly. No distractions, no phone, nothing going on. Maybe you go out to the park. Maybe you go out in the woods, in the cut somewhere where there's nobody around, and you sit and you listen, you pay attention, you watch your thoughts. You see how you are truly feeling, because there's going to be everything that you've been thinking about, everything that's been built up over the past week or two or a month. That's going to all start coming to you. All these thoughts, all these simple things that you've been thinking, all the distracting things that you've been thinking are going to start popping up. You're going to be talking to yourself, but once you can clear that shit out and just embrace the silence, there's going to be so many ideas that start coming to you. And when you start thinking of ideas, you're going to start to get creative on certain things. And once you get creative on certain things, you're going to start implementing these things. Once you start that shit, is where the greatness kicks in. It's where you actually start living your life. Because What is a life that you feel like has to be lived by something that is limiting you? You can only do a certain amount of something because of something that is controlling you. For instance, constantly working at a job that only gives you a certain amount of your paycheck, so you can only live from whatever it is that you're making. You can't really go out and explore your goals because you feel like you're limited. You can't really go out and conquer your dreams because you feel like you're limited. This is letting go of all the illusions of life that we've always been told over so long. So many people grow up hearing this shit, but your parents or your grandparents or whoever it is that told you that shit, they didn't know no better. This is all they've been told. And you see where this becomes what people call generational curses. This is where you come in to break this shit because you think different for a reason. You came here to change the game. You came here to change the game. It's just up to you if you're going to. You have the knowledge. You know that there's something different. You know there's the other side to this shit. So what are you going to do? You going to keep fucking around? You going to keep being distracted? You going to keep bullshitting? Or you going to take yourself serious? Start going after your goal that you said. Start standing on your word with everything that you're doing. Because like I said in this video that I made yesterday, right? The moment you start going against yourself and not keeping your word is the moment you're going to start to lose a tiny bit of respect for yourself. And if you keep doing that, it's going to build up to something that is so much bigger to where you don't even know if what you're saying is the truth or not, if you're going to do it or not, because you have no conviction to this shit. You're not following through with anything. But you are so much better than that, and you know that. That's why your fucking voice keeps running in your head. That's why you keep thinking these things. That's why you keep asking yourself, why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? Because you are truly capable. Yet what are you waiting for? That's like saying a motherfucker pushing shit off till tomorrow. Be like, oh, I didn't do that today, but I'll go twice as hard tomorrow. You could have done that shit anyways. You could have still went all in. You could have still made that shit happen. You could have still live the dream. Now is your time more than ever. Say what you gotta say. Go after your goals. Take that fucking risk because, man, is it really a risk if it's something that's gonna better you in your life? If it's something that's gonna get you closer to your goal, towards your desire? Learn to use these things to benefit you in your life, not to go against you, because so many people can use desire as, look, oh, I just got this money. I just got this little bit of money, right? But I'm starting to desire things. I desire a new car. I desire a new house to impress my friends. I desire this. I desire that. Instead of using this shit to actually set yourself up for success and put yourself in such a position that you visualize all the fucking time, that you've always wondered, is it possible? And it's not even the question of is it possible, because I see myself in that position already up top. It's just, what am I going to do to make sure that I get there? Not fuck around. Now is your time. Yeah, you.